Okay, so once you've installed the KIP Betting Bot and you start it for the first time, the first thing you'll see is this login box. So in here you want to enter your Betfair user ID and your Betfair password, and once you've entered those, you click the OK button. Now there's one of two messages you may see if there's a problem with this. The first is the invalid username or password message, and that's a message that comes from Betfair, and it means you've either got the wrong Betfair username or the wrong password. The second message you may see is this one that says that this Betfair user ID is not registered for use with the KIP Betting Bot, and that means that you're not registered to use the bot. If you have an active subscription and you get this message, then please contact our support desk and we will resolve this issue for you. Contact us at support@kipbettingbot.co.uk. Okay, so once you're successfully logged in, you'll see this screen where it's picked up the day's markets, and you have the option of excluding any markets here. If there's a particular race that you want to avoid, you can check it here and it'll be excluded from the list. The settings along the top, so we're placing laying bets with the KIP bot. These are 34 laying systems. The minimum odds you want to lay at, well, probably you don't mind. We'll set that at 1.01. The maximum odds, the maximum we allow is 25, but in reality these systems are betting horses at the head of the market, first, second, third favourites, or they're laying first, second, third favourites, so the prices aren't particularly big, but you can set a maximum here if it to protect yourself, if that makes you feel more comfortable. The minimum runners, well, I set that to 4. When you're laying, 2 fewer runners and there's much more chance that your horse will be successful. 4 is the setting I use. Maximum runners, that's set at, there's a maximum of 30. You can set it to less if you like, but I don't see any reason to have it at less than 30. The settle time, this is how long the bot will wait to get the result from Betfair. So Betfair sends out the results of each race, and this bot uses those results to work out the staking for following races and to work out whether we made a loss or a profit. The longest we want to wait, well, I set it at 15 minutes. Time of betting, so this is when your bet will be placed before the official off time. This is in seconds. You can set that to any setting you like in there. Probably you want to keep it less than a minute, but it's really up to you, and if everybody does it different, well, then that probably helps to make sure that all bets aren't going at the same time. The initial stake, so this is the initial stake that we want to lay with. Now I'd recommend that when you first try this, that you use something really small like 10 pence, so you can try it out, make sure you're comfortable with it without taking any real risk. But this is the first stake that will be placed in each betting sequence. And then the recovery. So the KIP bot, it runs these 34 systems in 8 separate bundles of bets, and each bundle is run as a separate staking plan. And what it does is, if you lose your first bet, it will look to recover that loss on the next bet from within the same bundle. And if you set this to 2, then that will be the end of it. If that bet loses as well, then you'll revert back to your base stake and just accept the loss. If you set this for 3, then it will go on to the next race as well and try and recover both those losses in the next race. If that's not successful, well, then that will be the end of the sequence and it will revert back to an initial stake of 1. And if you're using the 3-step recovery, we're recommending a bank of 1,000 points, and this is more than enough to cover any situation that we've seen over the past 4 years of data that we've tested with this system. So those are your settings. Once you're ready to proceed, you just click the start button, and then you'll be presented with this screen. So on the left here you have the markets now sorted into timed order, and on the right you have a log of what is going on with the bot. So to start off, it'll tell you the next stake in each bundle, which in our case is just £1 on each because we've not had any bets yet. And it does carry the stake over from day to day, by the way, so if you stop the bot and restart it each day, it will remember what the stake is for each bundle and carry on with the staking plan. And it also tells you what the next market is. So what will happen now is the bot will wait till just before the start of this race. It will assess all the runners in that race and find out if there's any qualifiers for any of the 34 systems, and if there are, it will place a bet. If there are not any qualifiers, it will skip on to the next race and wait for that one to start, and so it goes on. Now what you will find is that when there's low quality racing, you'll get very few bets, because these systems, they're all targeting better class racers, and that is where you'll get most of your bets. But the bot can now be left to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you choose. We obviously recommend that you keep an eye on it and see what's going on. But if you are not available to restart it each morning, you can just leave the PC running and leave the bot running. And as I said, if you do decide to quit it each evening and restart it each morning, well then it will remember the position of each bundle from day to day and carry on. Okay, so that's how to use the KIP Betting Bot. Thanks for listening.